It's here. Thank you. Hi guys! Thank you so much for clicking into today's videos. As you can see from the title, I'm going to do some unboxing of the iPad Air 4 2020 along with some accessories. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I dedicate my channel to share my debt-free journey, personal finance, and personal development, all in all with the goal to help you to have a happier and more fulfilling life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything out of their delivery packaging. I haven't even opened the accessories yet because I want to share this experience with you. And while we're doing that, I want to share a quick win buying this brand new iPad Air and the Apple Pencil 2. So you know how Apple doesn't really have discount even in Christmas or Black Friday. Unless you're a student, you get like a nice educational discount. But I was able to get the brand new iPad Air 4 and the Apple Pencil for about $100 less than what Apple is selling at their store. And I want to share this to inspire those of you who are not student but want to get a decent price for Apple products. So I was looking on secondhand marketplace like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, because sometimes you will see people selling brand new Apple product but with a cheaper price, which you save on tax, or it'll just be cheaper because they're selling it for whatever reason. So I got this Apple Pencil for $140 on the Facebook Marketplace. The seller has an incident with the Apple Store and they basically gifted him an Apple Pencil, but he doesn't have an iPad, so he was selling it for like a pretty decent price. And this is all Canadian, so in Canada the Apple Pencil was selling about $189, $190, so getting it for $140 is quite a deal, I'll have to say, and it's brand new. And also with the iPad Air 4, I was looking at the Apple Store for the longest time and I kept refreshing because none of the stores near me has any stocks. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll check Best Buy or Walmart or Costco, but I was a bit cautious with Best Buy and Walmart just because I heard a story of people buying like brand new sealed product but open and finding out that they were actually not brand new. They're either open box or someone's returned them, but Best Buy just kind of resealed them back to the new condition. So I was a bit cautious with that. So I went to Costco. Thank you, my mom having a Costco membership. Went to Costco and I thought I'll probably pay the same price as what I paid at Apple Store, but Costco, if you're a Canadian, this could be useful information to you. Costco was selling the iPad Air 4 for a slightly cheaper price, and the Apple Care was $70 on the Apple Store, but Costco is selling it for $55. So right off the bat, right there is a win. I think I saved like $20 off the Apple Air 4, but you know what? Saving is saving. I'm happy. I got the exact same thing I wanted, but for a slightly cheaper price. Alright, I finally unpackaged everything. I got this Apple Pencil a couple weeks ago and I got the iPad delivered to me from Costco last Friday. So it's just been sitting there on my desk because I want to wait for everything else to arrive to do this unboxing. And yesterday, which was Monday, everything finally arrived. And you know what? I didn't really mind to have my iPad sitting there for a few days because I think one of the fun and excitement is the anticipation of opening a brand new Apple product. And this is gonna sound really weird, but the product itself, it's exciting, but what excites me the most is actually the fact that I can finally consolidate all my handwritten notebook into digital format. Alright, so I have officially unboxed the iPad Air 4 and the Apple Pencil 2nd generation, and you'll notice that I didn't even look into the iPad Air 4 box and their accessories, but I'll show it to you guys. So this is the what's underneath the iPad. This is the manual. If you open it, you will see the USB-C cord and the charger that's included in the box. So I'm not gonna open them because I got something better and, you know, better resale value, I guess. So I'll show you what I have. So I got a USB-C hub, which has 3 USB, HDMI, and some SD card and the USB-C. And I'm gonna plug this into the iPad Air. And I have this. So this was for the Samsung S8 that I had before. The S8 has a USB-C charger already, and this one is super long. So I'm gonna use this, which is awesome. And the best thing about this is I have this. So where this came from was last year I was helping this Amazon seller to do some reviews. So I was basically a paid reviewer. I bought this with my own money and then he reimbursed me as long as I do a quick review. And when I got this, I was like, oh crap, I don't have anything that can utilize this. Like, I don't have anything that charges into a USB-C. So I kind of put it in my drawer thinking, well, maybe I'll sell it one day, or, you know, I just no use to it. And then when I found out that the iPad Air has USB-C cord, I was like, oh, I can use this now. So this one has 61 watts, which I think it's faster than the original. But you know what, it's not slow, let's just put it that way. So I'm super happy that I can finally utilize something that I got it for free and, you know, just use what I have. Hi guys, quick interruption for the future.
So I tried charging the iPad with the USB hub. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, so I did some Googling. I found out that there's different type of USB hub. There's some designed for charging, and apparently the one I got, it's not designed for charging, which is okay. I ended up having to use the factory cord, the USB-C and USB-C, but I still use the charging block that I got, which is nice because they charge really fast. And I'm grateful that I have the S8 charging cord because the other end is a just normal size USB, or maybe there's a name to it, I'm not sure. But I ended up being able to connect the iPad to my laptop and connect iTunes from that way. Didn't know why that was difficult to say, but I ended up using that to put some PDF and ebooks onto my iPad, which was fantastic, and I'll show you that when I show you what's on my iPad. So back to unboxing.
Alright, so I still have the iPad case, the pencil sleeve cover, and the screen protector to open. But I want to quickly turn on the iPad to set it up because I want to write it before I put the protector on so I can compare what I like better. Alright, so I just paired the iPad Pencil to the iPad and I have done some testing here, and you know what, it's not bad. Like, writing on the glass itself, it's not bad. So I'm a bit hesitant to put the screen protector on, but I will do it regardless. But honestly, writing on this is not bad. But anyways, I'm gonna unbox the case, the sleeves, and the protector right now. Alright, so I got this wine color iPad protector, which I love. I was going for the pink because that's what I usually go with, but when I saw this color, I was like, oh, this is the color. Alright, so let's open this up. Oh, it's a little bit plasticky, but it's a very interesting feel, and the back of it is also red, and but it's a little bit transparent. So I'm gonna put my iPad in there now. Actually, before I put the iPad on, I want to put the cover on. So let's do that. But let's open the pencil sleeve first. Let's get the pencil set up. All right. So once again, I got this white transparent. Once again, I was going to get something pink. That's just kind of what I go with my electronic device. But I thought if the pencil is white, I'll just stick to white. And white it is. So let me see how to put this on. There we go. And this is super easy to slide in. Also super cheap. So no complaint here. Okay, I take my word back. It's getting really hard to slide in. But I was reading the reviews and I want to make sure that the case is chargeable. The pencil is chargeable with the case on, and this is one that people said is chargeable. So that's what I go with. It's really hard to tell if it's actually going down, but I'm gonna trust myself. Alright, that looks like it. Maybe I can go down a little bit more. That looks it. And I guess this is for the little thingy, which probably won't use. Yep, there we go. Just want to test it as well. Yes, it charged. That's awesome. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to put the protection on. There we go. This is more complicated than I thought. Tab number 1 face down. Okay. Tab number 1 face down. Here we go. And then align with cutout. Okay. Alright. I think that's the cutout. Hinge sticker. What does it do? Okay, I'm gonna watch some tutorial. Alright, it's actually easier than I thought, so here we go. did it! I did it! Perfect installation. I'm happy. Okay, now I'm gonna put this into the case.
So I did something really stupid. I forgot that the screen protector came with 2 screens, and after I installed the first one, I kind of assumed everything around me was garbage, so I threw the second one away, and it was, yeah, it's ruined. So thankfully the first one installed really well. I don't foresee myself having to use the second one for a very, 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 very long time, or maybe never. So it is how it is.
Okay, I got everything set up now in terms of the exterior. I actually wouldn't recommend this case. Like, it's okay. Like, if you just want something to protect the iPad, it's fine. But if you want something quality, I wouldn't recommend it. And that's because when I open it, it's very wobbly. Like, the cover here seems very wobbly and not very lock in place, which was what I was expecting with a case. So that's that. But I do like the color, and I like how the side is protected as well. So I'm gonna stick to this case for a little bit. I do want to get something that will cover up the Apple Pencil, that way it won't fall off when I take it out. And I try writing it with the screen protector. It's funny, it actually made the writing experience a lot slippery, but not in a bad way. It's a lot smoother, so I definitely enjoy writing on the screen protector. And look at that perfect installation. Actually, not really, there's a little bubble here, but I'm happy that I got the protector. It definitely made the writing experience a lot smoother, and so far the 10-second that I wrote on the iPad, I enjoy the writing experience on here. Okay, so now I'm going to set it up and customize it a little bit to download things I want to download, delete what I don't want, and then I'll share with you guys what I have on my iPad in a little bit. And my point is to kind of maximize my learning productivity, so it won't be anything too interesting entertainment wise, but if you are someone who just wants to have like a clear, simple, productive iPad, this could be a useful information for you, so stay tuned. Alright, it's been a few days. I have unboxed it, I have personalized it, and I have used it. So far, I have no complaints. It's doing exactly what I want an iPad to do, and I'll show you in a second. And the purpose I'm doing this is hopefully to give you some inspiration for some of you who want to use the iPad for the same purpose as I do, which is learning, reading, journaling. Like, I hope through my sharing you can see how I utilize it in a very minimal but very productive way, but keeping that personal touch. So let's get into it. As you can see here, this is my lock screen. Everything you see is done through Procreate. It's a fantastic app. I was a bit hesitant to get it because I haven't been drawing for a long time and I never digital drawn before, but it's been very, very fun to explore, I have to say. So if you're someone who has a little bit creative soul, or you want to just kind of see what you can make, this is definitely a good app to invest into. Or if just someone who wants to customize your iPad, this is a top-notch app to do that. Now let's get into what's on my first page. Okay, so this is the first thing you see when you unlock my iPad. And you can see that I kept it super minimal. There are only 5 apps on the page, and all 5 of them are something that I use to journal, to read, to take notes, or to make creative stuff. And then the 2 apps on the dock, I know you can't see what app they are. So the one on the left side with the eye icon is Safari, and the one beside that is Spotify. So the reason I put them on the dock is because those are the 2 apps that's not necessarily productivity based, but it's something that I use very often, so I kept it there just so I can access them easily. And I'll quickly show you what's on my second page. So the second page is basically where everything else is. I put it on the second page. The reason is it's not super hectic to access them. I literally just take less than 1 second to flip to the second page, and they're right there, but they're not overly distracting. If I just want to journal, as soon as I unlock the iPad, I can see Good Notes and I can click right through it. So it's easy, it's a non-distracting way to organize your app, and I'll quickly show you what is in each folder. So the first folder is where the default apps are and kind of miscellaneous. You can see a bunch of default apps. Some of them I'll use, some of them I won't use, and you can see that there is a game, there is a Widgesmith, which is what you use to customize the widget. The one app I really want to delete is the messages, because I don't plan to use the iPad for any socialing or communicating purpose. Maybe in the future, but as for now, it's purely just gonna be something, it's basically a pure digital notebook for me. So I have no plan to use it for communication. So I hope I can delete that. I can't. So it is there, but it's hidden. I don't see it. I turn the notification off. And a game is just something I thought if I really get bored, like I still want entertainment. So if I really get bored, at least I got something there, like an option. So that's the first folder, miscellaneous and just default app. Second folder is what I have on my first page, all the productivity note-taking stuff. And just as the nature of customization, you can't get rid of the original apps. So they're there, but they're on the second page. When I want to access them though, I just go to the first page and access them. And the third folder here is the Google stuff. So I'm still so used to using Google, like Calendar, Drive, Google Docs, Sheets, and Translate. So I keep them there, but on the second page, so they're not overly distracting, but when I need them, they are right there. And then the last folder, I have GarageBand and Spotify. So GarageBand is one of those apps where you don't really use it, but you just kind of keep it there for that maybe. So I'm hoping that one day I will learn it, but if I don't, I'll delete them. And once I do that, I will move Spotify to the miscellaneous folder. So that way it's, again, less stuff on the iPad, which I like. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, before I get into how I use my app on my first page, I'll quickly show you guys my app on the vertical end. So when you flip over, you can see that the first page, there is the widget. I have calendar, the moon, the battery, and stock. Again, I kept it really simple because that's just my personal preference. I like things to be very easy to see and minimal. So I kept the ones that's aesthetic and essential to me. I just want to quickly share that this is usually how I like to display the iPad, because when I'm writing on a notebook, it's usually like this. So I want to keep it the same to have that feeling of I'm actually writing on a notebook. Alright, so the 5 apps I have on my front page is Notes, Notability, Good Note, Procreate, and Book. And I want to just quickly share my thoughts on Notability and Good Notes, because I know a lot of people, including myself, is kind of debating which one to use. Like basically what's on the internet is 50-50. Some people like Notability, some people like Notebook. They're both really great, but I personally find that when I write, when I'm taking notes, when I'm learning, I do it on Notability. And when I'm doing more journaling, more emotional expression, I do it on Good Notes, simply because the way both apps are organized, and I'll just show you what I mean. So with Notability, when you go in, it's so easy. You can create a divider, which is the bigger part, the part I'm tapping right now. And then you can also do the subject, which is the part that you can see there is a color. And with these, it's so easy to organize any learning notes. If you're a student, if you're a non-student like me, and you're doing some learning, like language learning, like if you're reading a book, you can totally organize them in this way, and it's so easy to access them, so easy to see them. If you want to go to vocab, you can just go to vocab and all that stuff. So with Notability, I find it easy to organize any academic or learning type of notes. And with Good Notes, I'll show you right now, I use it for journaling. So I create a folder for Journal 2021, and in there I could create different notebook. So the first notebook I create is December 2020, and in there basically it's going to be my long form journaling for just this month. So I find that this is a good way for me personally to organize my journal instead of just like a huge notebook, or you know, with digital notebook there's no limit of pages. So I like to organize them by month. That way when I want to reflect, I know like everything happened here is from December 2020 and everything happened here is from this month. So for me, that's a great way to do it. And I still want to explore more of how I want to use Good Notes, because as much as I didn't like it when people are introducing the way they organize, when I'm using it personally, I enjoy it. I like the way you can create like physical notebook. I guess with Notability it's kind of similar, but with Notability, the way it lay out, it reminds me of the original iOS Note so much, and I just don't find that very inspiring when I'm doing some more creative thinking or that kind of stuff. So I think for me at this very moment, I will use Good Note a lot more for creative stuff and Notability strictly for more logical learning. So the last app I want to share with you guys is the iOS book app. And the way I import any books in there is to connect the iPad to the laptop, and through iTunes I was able to throw like PDFs or other kind of book format documents inside. And what it will look like is when you open the book app and you go to, let me just exit this very quickly, and you go to library down below, and when you see collection, you click on collection, and then you can see like books, audiobooks, PDFs, and any downloads. So because I imported everything in PDF, it goes to PDF. So when I click in there, I can see all the books that I downloaded and imported it. And what it will look like inside is if you click open a book, and it will basically look like that. What I like about this is the fact that I can mark, like put down any thoughts or highlight or mark down anything I want right beside what I was reading. And for me that's so important, because reading, I truly believe, is an active activity. That means instead of just like passively reading, absorbing, or even just highlighting and hoping that you remember what you highlighted, for me reading should be something that you actively reflect, think, and the best part, or the best way I should say, to really absorb something from reading is you read it, you put it aside, and you jot down what you remember, or you jot down what you learn through what you read. It doesn't have to be exactly what's on the paper, like what's in the book, but from your personal experience, your personal perspective, your personal standpoint, what does this book mean to you? And I think that's the value of reading books for each individual, is every person who read the same book will technically essentially have a different takeaway, and your takeaway has meaning to you, my takeaway has meaning for me, and by writing them down is a great way for you to really absorb them. It's way better than just highlighting it passively and kind of hope that you'll go back and check on your highlights, which most likely I personally did not. I don't know about you, but I do not do that. It just highlighting, I realized it was for me to feel good at the moment, but in a useful way, it wasn't very useful. Let's put it that. So yeah, that's reading for me, and this is again the second biggest reason why I got the iPad, just for me to have a better learning experience through reading. So that's what's on my iPad. I hope it gives you some inspiration, especially if you're someone like me. As you can see, I like it minimal, I like it productive. I hope that it gives you some useful information that you can take to implement on your iPad customization. And also, if you have any question or if you have any suggestion to make my productivity better, feel free to leave a comment below. I will highly appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're still here, I love you. This is not the typical type of video that I do, but I absolutely enjoy making it, and I hope that you have as much fun watching it as I was making it. So once again, my channel dedicated to debt-free financial development and personal development, and if you're someone who wants to elevate your financial and personal life, this is the channel for you. So tap the subscribe, and I will upload a brand new video every Sunday Vancouver time at 8 p.m. I will see you guys next week.